We live, baby.
Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. We were just resolving a couple of the last issues we had. Thank y'all so much. We got a whole new show coming out for you today with two of my closest friends in this whole lifetime here. We got my brother Sean 24K, and as always, me, E Money, and Big Rocka. We here, wrong time, right place. Who knows what episode this is? Is this episode 9? I don't even know anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And we just stacking them up. You lose count.
We're about to
That's
hit
that's
double
a good
digits.
thing.
About to hit double digits. That's crazy.
Double digits.
Yes, exciting.
And
Yeah, so
I just love it because that's consistency, and that's
yeah,
what it's
you know what
about.
it is.
Yeah, it feels like old time. Can I get a 12? Can I get a 12 for the one time?
A
12 shout out?
12 in the chat. We're about to hit that 12 in the
12 shout
chat.
12.
out.
Um,
The
so
12 that you like.
so me, Big Rocka, and Sean, we all went to high school together. We went to middle school together. We've been rocking it since young days.
Yep.
I'll give my man Sean 24K a moment to introduce himself. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? What's up, Discord world, Twitch world? You know what I'm saying? The other part of the internet, I don't know yet. I'm Sean 24K. I'm from the Bronx, but I moved out to Vegas, and I met my good friends, my best friends here, E Money and Big Rocka, and we've been knowing each other for a while. And we've all got our creative nuances. I've always been like a class clown, and I kind of translate that to my music. I bring some character, I bring some flair, some smoothness, some cockiness, some rawness. And but yeah, other than that, I'm a business mind, and I love the big brain idea E Money is bringing on here, this culture he's bringing on. So it's been real exciting to see people use their brains and talk about things that matter. And so that's why I bring on the business side. I do have some business endeavors. I partake in Bad Carrot Studios. That's my brand where I actually use photography, graphic design, and creativity to help everybody. And also I have Long Lasting Business, which is a startup where I help other businesses and things of that nature. So I love spreading knowledge to people because then we all could grow. So it's a little bit of 24K
Yeah,
there.
a man of many talents, much energy. It's a pleasure to have you on. We've been trying to get you on for a minute, man. It's awesome that you're here. I'm happy, and I think you have a lot to bring to the discussion as well that we're about to have. So it was only a matter of time before we made this happen.
Almost definitely. Yeah, it's definitely a blessing. So yeah, let's do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just a
So
quick reminder: we do our shows every Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 9 out of 10 times we do it right at 6 on Fridays. Okay, sometimes we gotta occasionally switch it up. Maybe hit a Saturday every now and again. But this episode here, we're gonna be talking about perseverance versus delusion. We're gonna be talking about motivation, things like that.
and
We
comfort zone.
and comfort zone. Yes, sir. Thank you for filling that in.
Right.
Get
We've been
that.
kind of talking about these things a little bit in our other episodes, but we figured we might as well just hit the nail on the head right here and iron it out.
Yes, yes, and then, yeah, if you guys want to check out some of our previous episodes, they are on YouTube channel. And you could also find them in the Discord link. So yeah, check out the previous episodes. We talk about a lot of different topics, and tonight, and especially last week. Last week got a little fiery. I don't know if y'all saw, but they got Dries was spitting some fire. So we're gonna carry that heat, carry that passion into this week. Thank you for spending your Friday with us, and let's dive right into the first topic. What do you guys think?
Let's hit it.
All right, I want to start with comfort zone, and I have the definition of comfort zone. I was curious to see what you guys think about it. A place, this is the definition of comfort zone for you, everyone. A place or situation where one feels safe or at ease and without stress.
Hmm.
So, hearing that, I would like to. I'll open the floor to you guys. I have my thoughts. I want to open the floor to how do you guys interpret that?
You ever heard of pressure make diamonds or pressure burst pipes? It's like that. Stress. Stress is what you make of it. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, so that's just looking into the definition a little bit with the comfort zone. I feel like it's something to understand and nothing to be afraid of.
Hmm.
You know.
Mm.
Um, I, I just want to touch on a couple things. We talked about it a little bit last week where I hit a couple of those quotes like what Kobe was saying. You know, the best moments are made in those uncomfortable situations, things like that. But I think there's an understanding. Being in your comfort zone is easy, right? So those are the things that come
Yep.
the easiest, but the things that are gonna last the longest are actually the things that are like the most uncomfortable, right?
Hmm. Yeah, and
Oh
also,
yes.
yeah, also too, like think about the comfort zone. Like, where does it originate from? You know what I'm saying? I'm always about like where's the source and like where are things coming from, and I'm a firm believer like that comfort zone comes from things that you surround yourself with from outside forces. So like to give it to like make sense of it more, it's like a lot of the stuff that we're comfortable with are things from our past. And a lot of things from our past are probably deeply affected or rooted by a lot of outside forces that we didn't have control over. And then, but as we are getting into a certain ages in our life and things start to change, we start to take a command and we start to actually have more say so in what we decide. And then we start forming our lives. But a lot of it is a byproduct of what's happened to us. And our comfort zone comes from there. So like just understanding that alone is like, wow, like I'm really living in a world that I really didn't have nothing to do with. I'm living in a comfort zone that I'm so comfortable with, but it's like it's nothing that I really originated or had a say so in. So that's like something I like think about sometimes.
Right. That's true. Your comfort zone is not something that's organically made as you're growing up. It's what you grew up around, and that just becomes what you know, and that's what's comfortable
Mhm.
to you. And I think when I think of comfort zone, I think of progress, and I think of what it means. Comfort. Comfort means comfortable. I'm okay. I'm stress free, like the definition says. Where is the room for growth in a comfort zone? Because it's easy. It's already this is what you do. There is no growth. There isn't going to be room. Is there? And that's what I think. Is there room to grow being in a comfort zone? If you guys think so in the chat, I would like to hear you guys chime in on what you think. But for me, that's why I think it's so important for everyone to step out of it. Because if your desire is to improve and to get better, I don't. I think that's a contradiction. You can't be comfortable and also progress.
You think so?
It's very
Not.
difficult because I do agree. The comfort zone is something that's formed habitually. So these are things that like you agree with internally that you're okay with in your like everyday life. So they're kind of the setups that are you're surrounded with, the habits that you create for yourself. And can you grow? Can you grow by being comfortable all the time? Yes, but by forcing yourself to be uncomfortable, you can grow at a much higher rate and force yourself in these situations which force you to grow.
Hmm. And I think
Mm.
with the discomfort, cause I'm thinking about like both sides. Like you do need stability to grow. Now, can like what do y'all think about stability and comfortability? Do you think those resonate? Cause
Well,
like, do you think they're like the
I
same thing or like no?
I think that they kind of. I think that I separate them for this reason. I think you can have stability and still be out of your comfort zone. To me, what I think of comfort zone, I think of trying something new, try something that you haven't done before, and
Mm,
that's even stepping out of your comfort zone, breaking out of a
okay.
routine that you do in your everyday life, or putting up with something that you don't want to put up with and putting a stop to it, or standing up for yourself, or a new job that you may be a little nervous about doing. It's not always this grand, just jumping and jumping out, and then now you're starting off with no clothes on your back. That's not always stepping out of your comfort zone. I think it's just making a one if you make one small change and you stick to it, or something new that you may be a little nervous about. Like for us, me and you, Sean, like performing. Even if we get on the stage, that's stepping out of our comfort zone because we are putting ourselves out there, and that's our music. Like making music, that's stepping out of your comfort zone, doing one thing that you didn't do before. That
Mhm.
and I think that itself sparks a whole other list of
Right.
changes.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer some of the stuff in chat. We have Alod. He said, "Comfort zone can also be a good thing. Comfort zones are often looked at with a negative connotation. I feel like it depends on where you're at mentally." And then he followed that up with saying, "Forcing yourself into an uncomfortable situation forces you to grow quicker, but can also make you fail quicker." Yes, it's very true because at
Mm.
the end of the day, it is uncomfortable. So you can throw yourselves into things that you're not prepared for. Um, so yeah, you do have to
Yeah.
be kind of calculated. I would say it can make you fail quicker, but by doing so, putting yourself in those uncomfortable situations, you can expose yourself to things that you would have never known about in the first place,
I was just
potentially.
about to say that. Yeah,
Right.
like I
Yeah.
I was gonna say honestly, I want to fail quicker. Like I want to fall on my face, boom, 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 like real quick, and then like you saying, like wake up from it, like wow, like you just gain. Like I would not have known that unless I fell so fast. Like sometimes you gotta just go in the fire.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you can't let the fear of failure deter you from stepping out of your comfort
Right.
zone.
Right, and he said it's
So,
all a learning opportunity, which is absolutely true. It is a learning opportunity. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, making yourself better if you have the drive to do so. Something that's really important to me and why I want to talk about this topic today. I know we kind of came up with it together. Is talking about the opposite spectrum. Um, because a lot of people say, "Oh, never quit." You know, I don't ever want to quit. I don't ever want to do that. Do you think you should quit? Like at any point?
What you think, Five?
I'm gonna say no. I don't think you should quit. I think if you really want something and that's what you want and that is what your passion is, don't quit. Why? Why would you quit? I'm not saying everybody doesn't have to be LeBron James. If you want to be a basketball player, you don't have to go and make the league to that be a success. You can be a basketball coach and you can still be around that. But I'm just saying fail forward. Don't
Mm-hmm.
fail down. Like follow what you love. Eventually you're gonna find where you're supposed to be. And that's just my philosophy. Like I don't think anybody should ever quit unless you're unhappy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you have to dissect that a little bit further. It's not about necessarily quitting. Um, Sean, what do you think about like? I said it in the beginning, but I really want you to think about it. Like, what do you think of perseverance versus delusion? So think of it like that:
Mm.
perseverance versus delusion. Is there area in there?
Yeah. So when you consider the two, perseverance is comes with a sense of responsibility. I feel like I'm persevering with some know-how, you know what I'm saying? I'm persevering with the knowledge and realism and being realistic in my craft or
Yeah.
skill or job or whatever I'm doing in life. I'm being realistic and I'm persevering. Then you have the other side. What was it? Persevering versus what?
Delusion.
Illusion.
Delusional. Versus being delusional, that's kind of lack of self-knowledge. You're delusional once you are out of your element and you're kind of being surpassed. You're kind of not fitting. You're kind of an outcast or shunned. That doesn't mean that if you're different with a purpose, you know what I'm saying, and a drive, that's perseverance. But when
Mm-hmm.
you're just like really giving it your all here and there, and you know what I'm saying, it's gonna show, and you're delusional to think that you're doing the right thing. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So like that's like
Yeah.
some people like a producer, like for instance, like music wise, that's like saying someone who used to do music and you've been doing it for like years, and everybody just kind of like iffy about your stuff, And you got to realize, hey, maybe I need to be a manager. Maybe I need to do this. Maybe I need to do something else because this is not my skill. And then if you was to keep being a rapper, that's delusional. Come on, like.
Right. I agree with what you're
And
saying.
it's like, yeah, and I always think it's process too. Like if you're gonna, or if you're delusional and you're not getting where you want to get to and whatever you're trying to do, the results just aren't happening. Right? You're doing it.
Mhm.
Result, you keep knocking, nothing's happening. You have to be honest with
Mhm.
your own approach as well. You can't just keep doing the same thing and the same thing,
Mhm.
and then you try and you have to change what you're doing and change how you're approaching it. And that's how. And if you don't do that, that's when you become, to me, delusional.
Right.
Yo,
I wanted
You're
to say,
snaps. Y'all
yeah.
going crazy.
I disagreed a little bit with the quitting thing though. I wanted to say I think that you should quit, which is crazy on a certain occasion. And
I'm gonna stop you right there.
oh,
Quitting.
ah,
So
ah,
so
stop me.
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna
Ah.
hit you with that. But like Eli said, I feel like self-awareness plays a big part in both of those. And
Mhm.
kind of what Charles was going. I don't think he necessarily means like quit, quit. Like don't ever come back to it ever again. But I think he means
Mm.
it more in the sense of like you need to re-examine yourself, redirect yourself, and maybe start anew. Same goal,
Yes.
but
right.
find a new way of completing it.
Right.
Like
Right.
reinvent yourself because maybe you got to think to yourself, like, okay, I'm doing this. How long have I been doing it? Have I improved at it? Is it working the way I want it to? And if not, you may need to reinvent yourself.
Right.
How y'all feel
Happens
about
all the
that?
time.
That's right. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think for me, and this is conversations me and Sean, we've had these conversations privately about, because we make music, we are well aware of the field we're in and the
Mhm.
competitiveness of that nature. So we talk about this stuff all the time. Like, okay, we're constantly thinking about new ways to market and promote and get ourselves and like get people our careers going. And you have to do that. And if you keep doing that and you're just not seeing results, that's when you gotta like boom, step back. What
Question.
is it that I'm doing
Your
wrong?
mic's cut out. You might have to unplug and replug.
Question. You can
Ooh.
hear me?
Hold on. Having a small audio issue. Okay, go ahead. I think it's fixed
Was
now.
it who was it my mic?
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I said I had a question
Okay.
for y'all, for both of y'all. Have
Mm-hmm.
y'all ever quit a job or
Absolutely.
quit anything?
Hell
Why?
yeah, I quit a job.
Now let's get to the psychology of this real quick. Quick.
Oh,
Why y'all quit?
I love it right here.
On the psychology tip, not on the personal. I don't like that guy, but on the side, why did you quit the job or whatever it was that you quit?
Very simple. Because the time and effort that I felt that I was putting into that, I felt was being harmful to me beyond the benefits I was receiving.
Harmful. Damn.
Yeah.
Crucial.
Whether it was mentally, financially, physically, I feel like it was being harmful to my existence. It was harmful to my life at that moment. Hopefully that makes sense.
Nah, I feel it.
Nah, nah, that makes sense. I think that's something that everybody that's worked any job could relate to that feeling. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I quit my job, and I'm making it a little simpler. The what the I wasn't receiving as much as I was putting into it. I was putting in a lot into it, and I wasn't getting enough back to make it for
Mm-hmm.
me and what I want to do with my life worth it. And that's why I think it's always. I'm never gonna tell
Mm-hmm.
someone to quit their job. I would never advise that to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I would advise people to look at themselves and
Mm-hmm.
what do they want out of life, and is their job providing that? If it's not, then hey, then you gotta look at other options.
You got to look
I've
at
been.
other. Go right ahead.
Oh no! I was gonna say something real quick. A quick analogy. I've been thinking about this. I'm glad we talk about it. So I asked y'all them stories, y'all that question, and y'all said them stories, and it reminds me of how a kid quits a toy. When kids quit toys, that toy don't have no purpose. whatever that job or whatever y'all quit is just like that toy. It's like you quit. We quit when we don't have purpose in things. Like, and I was thinking
Mm,
like, do y'all think that like can y'all conjure up purpose and like go to work still, or does purpose have to come from the job, or does purpose come from you? Like that feeling y'all was feeling, does that come from y'all, or does that come from like was the job supposed to provide that, or it just happens that way? Like, is it just what is it?
It comes from you on a psychological level. Like Abraham Maslow's, like levels of psychological need or whatever it is called, psychological tree of needs. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like, is the effort and time you're putting into that meeting your necessities? Where I think in the hierarchy of needs, it's like first is safety, and then shelter, and then mental needs, and then love, lust, whatever. It goes on and on and on. But how far in that little cycle is it meeting your needs? You
Mm,
know, and I do agree with what you're saying. Like sometimes you do need to make a change. I think you need to make them based off your self understanding of your personal life. Like what exactly do you need this job for? Because you can think of it kind of like a second job
yeah.
as well. Sometimes people take a second job for extra money. Why do you think they take a second job? Like what needs are they trying to fulfill? Oftentimes they're taking a second job because they're trying to fulfill something that their first job isn't doing for them. But ultimately, I
mm,
guarantee you, if that person had an opportunity to find a job that would let them work overall less hours and have more time for themselves to fill their other needs, of course they would take that.
right.
Yeah.
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 You gotta,
I think that's. Go ahead. Go
you
ahead,
gotta,
Idris.
you gotta think of it almost in like levels of sanity, as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
if if you're coming back to something that's not meeting your needs, are you insane? Like, are you crazy? You start to go crazy over time. You know, and and that's what I was kind of saying earlier. You have to like re-examine, redirect, start anew,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to think of it and ask yourself questions like, if I knew what I knew now, let's say 2 years after working into the job, would I do it all over again?
Right.
You gotta ask yourself things like
Yeah.
that.
Or would you? How would you do it differently? To your next job. To now, since because that's how I quit. I told you I quit the job. And to answer your question, Sean, about is the job providing the purpose or is it me? I actually and knowing what I know now, because you go
Right.
through, you get older, you experience things, you learn more. I would say that purpose is within you, not the job. And the job, for me, in my estimation, is just a means to an end. It's just
Mm,
I'm using this job to get to my end goal. I have a goal set for myself. And currently, we need money. Everybody needs money. Let's be honest, get that out of the way. Everybody in this chat, we all need money. So jobs provide that money. But at the time when I was at these jobs, I wasn't looking at it that way. I was younger. I
right.
had a different view on life. I was looking at it like, man, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life, and I'm not feeling fulfillment from this job, and that's where the mistake was. And I'm glad that you brought it up because this helped me just realize, like right now, I'm just kind of realizing this, like that's what it was.
Right.
You know, it was I was seeking fulfillment from this work, but that's why I wasn't getting the fulfillment. The fulfillment is in me, in my ambitions, and the job is just a way to get there. So that's
Hmm.
how I would.
You got to
It's
take it a
100.
little bit of a step further. Like for me, in a job's estimation, it's money, but I look at money as a different kind of currency. I don't look at it as money. I look at it as time. So
Mm,
so money is literally time. You purchase time with money. Like let's say you had $1 million right now. Are you going back to work for the rest of this year, Sean?
no.
No.
Hell no.
So that $1 million just bought
Nope.
you at least 1 year's worth of time.
Dang.
And when you when I think of it that way, it runs into my dreams, my aspirations, things like
Hmm.
that. Because I look at it like I was able to purchase time to work on those needs.
And that's important to you, type stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, and then that drives the money for you, type like the.
exactly. So when I
Right.
look at jobs, I'm looking at what is going to
Yeah.
give me the smallest, like what am I able to accomplish in the least amount of time with the most amount of money, which is like, spend less time at work, earn more money at work, so therefore I can essentially use that money for time elsewhere.
Yeah, that's why I be trying to say that word residual income. Go get
Mm-hmm.
that residual income.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Sit in your back. Get money.
Yeah, get
Thanks.
money. Damn.
Thanks for the
Let's check out the
resub,
chat.
Kobe. Appreciate it. Yeah, chat's popping off. Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, I would say Mogwai with some good stuff in there. Jobs are tough to define because there's so many descriptions of what a job can be. True,
Mm-hmm.
that's 100% true. There's so many different jobs, so many different requirements. So not everything's just a 9 to 5. And yeah, that's the difference between poor and rich people. Rich people got time to think about to stay rich. Poor people stay poor because we don't got time to invest in ways to get rich. Yeah, I think that's true. And so many times you're just trading time for money, and the goal is I think the goal for everyone should be, and it's definitely my goal in life, is to make my money work for me. I don't I we can I'm getting paid while not without having to go clock in all the time. I'm getting to the position, and that's what we're all striving for. And to do that, right now I'm not there. I have to work a job. I have to go to work. But it's what you do with that money at your job, I think, is what you know, separates you from being quote unquote poor or lower, and helps you raise on the economic stature, helps you rise through the classes. What you
Right.
do with that money.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was like that. And that we started off on comfort zone. We got to this. I think that was a good little segue. Yes,
That's
and I
good.
think
Yeah.
that brings us to our next topic. Um, so we talk about getting this money, and we talk about stepping out of your comfort zone. And sometimes I feel like we could all wake up. Everybody feels this. You wake up and you feel a little, "Oh, I'm a little tired today," or how do you find that motivation every day to keep pushing? What do you guys think?
Bruh. I've been working on this every day, bruh. Telling you, bruh. It's like the
You
illest thing.
spit it.
I don't know. Really, I'll tell you what I do. I think it's different for everybody, to be honest. But
Yeah.
that thing you have to kind of figure out. You got to really figure out how you conquer it. However you got through tests in high school, do the same thing. You got to be creative. That's how I got through tests. That's how I got through high school. I just used my brain. I didn't go to class. I was smart. But I got through high school. Okay. The thing is, you got to kind of like wait. I make the grogginess or that feeling of not wanting to wake up in the morning. I make it a voice in my head. I make it like another version of me. Star Wars when he goes and sees his reflection. Is it Luke? I think Luke goes in the cave or whatever, and he goes sees
Yeah,
himself.
episode 5. Yep.
Yeah,
Luke.
so it's literally like that in the morning. It's literally myself, and as soon as that voice in my head starts talking, I literally tell it, "Shut the fuck up." Shut up. Excuse my language. That's how I say it, and I say it like that because that's how I am. Anyway, I'm a brash person, so I'm talking to me. You can talk to yourself however you want to talk to yourself. But the thing is, I literally tell that voice stop, because that voice doesn't want to see me get to my goals. That voice does not want to see me do my meditation. It does not want to see me finish my routine. That voice
Mm-hmm.
likes when I'm lazy. That voice likes when days have passed and I procrastinated and I didn't get to that thing. That voice thrives on that. That voice is like, yeah, just sit here and do. No, I finally cornered that person and realized and differentiated me and my goals and that self that I talk to people about and that I want to be and go and do. That person different. Now I gotta combat with myself every morning, or them rough mornings when I'm like, I don't want to do shit. Like I gotta tell him, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I gotta tell him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Big facts.
yeah,
You
you gotta
spitting
talk.
real. You spitting real.
Yeah, word.
Um,
That's 100% real, bro.
I read a book like that, which I'm about to drop a book recommendation for everybody in the chat if you want to learn more about what Sean is saying. Basically, the idea he's talking about is denying the devil called doubt. You know, anytime you see those negativities, shut them out of your mind completely. Because the devil and doubt, which it can be taken as the same thing, have many, many ways of popping into your brain, popping into your everyday life. So I read a book a long time ago. It's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, which is the guy who wrote Think and Grow Rich, if you know who that is.
Mm.
Like one of the most OGs, like when it comes to self help, personal growth. So check that out if you haven't. It gets real heavy and real deep, and it's basically a book where he's like interviewing the devil, and it displays it from the devil's point of view in different ways where he gets you to think negatively in everyday life. It is really
Ooh.
crazy, but it is an
That
amazing
sounds.
book.
Yeah.
Um, so
Did we
these
lose Sean?
the lights turned out. Oh Lord. No, but
Nah, but
these are
nah,
just different
that.
ways. These are just different ways. Like I'm telling you guys of ways that you can learn to be motivated, because
I
it's
ain't paying my
not
light bill.
it's not just about like we're not talking about like ways to just deny the devil. We're talking about motivation, motivating yourself, and
Right.
motivating yourself for me. Not only does it come with denying those thoughts and negative energies, but it comes with having that abundance mindset with it. So not only learning to deny those things, but to look at things with a glass half full mentality.
Yeah.
Like,
Facts.
I'm gonna win today. Speaking
Yep.
those affirmations to yourself, and how you just gonna be the champ. You know, Muhammad Ali said, "I told myself the champ even when I knew I wasn't." You know, because you
Yeah.
gotta think big and keep moving every day. It's it's not just a 1 day thing. Like you can turn it on and turn it off. It's a lifestyle.
You gotta be that person
Tell
that you
them.
see yourself as. You gotta be that
Do
person.
that.
You already that person. The greatness that you feel inside of you, you are that person already today. And I always
Yes, you
look
must
at it,
rise.
and I look at it with, I like what you guys are saying, like, because this is that's some great shit. That's some great content that you guys just said. Like, I took a lot from that, and the way I interpret it is, people, you watch cartoons, and then you see the devil on one shoulder, and then you got the angel, and then
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of how I look at it. That's that devil is the negativity. Like, man,
Mm-hmm.
go, just slack off today. Why go relax? Sleep in, watch some
Stay in bed a
TV or
little
eat some
bit
junk
longer.
food. Yes, don't
Yeah.
you put that off. Then you got the other thing like, oh, come on, go do it. No, don't listen to him. And even in the cartoons, who they always choose? They always pick the devil on the shoulder. But that's how I kind of look at it, and that's I think it's a real thing.
Also, too, I would say another thing is also to be simple. That has helped me simplify things. Don't like literally go to sleep, bruh. Like literally go to sleep on time, and you might think better in the morning. like
I need to adopt that.
go like literally go to sleep, bro. You'll feel good. I go
Yeah,
like when I go to sleep at 10, I feel great. I wake up at 6 in the morning. I feel like $1 million.
That's
Bucks,
why
man.
that's why they call me the old man. You know, they always say I'm the old man. I'm the dad. But
You always been like that.
I always been
yeah,
like that.
that's
But
good.
it pays off. Like it does. You gotta like. It's
You laugh.
essentially like adulting. You know,
Yeah.
like
You
I
last
don't
longer.
know. I don't know.
And
It's
but
like
my biggest thing too is find everybody has to find what works for them too. You have to know like we always say this on the show. Nobody knows yourself more than you. You got to know yourself inside and out and realize we're all given suggestions that work for us, and I think people should take it. Then find out what makes them tick or what works for you, because what works for us might not work for you, but something will work for you because you know yourself. So find it.
Know yourself, fam.
That's
hmm
it. Know yourself.
know yourself, know your worth.
Know your worth, baby.
Um,
Yeah, some good shows, good shit in here, man. I love these conversations, because I feel a good positive energy that
uh, one thing I do kind of want to just make sure we talk on is the quitting portion. I kind of cut Sean off a while ago, so I apologize about that. But um, there are some instances where quitting is like appropriate. Am I right? What do y'all think? I'm not tripping, right?
Yeah.
yeah, I think if it becomes a detriment to you and your mental or personal health, like, because I know there's people, I know I've done this before, like, I'm just not gonna quit because I don't quit. I don't even like it. But sometimes, like, hey, you gotta let your pride and ego go, and it's okay. Like, it just you could quit if it's really bothering you that much. Like, you don't have to put yourself to hurt yourself to prove a point or to be prideful and not quit. So that's when I think quitting is appropriate.
Yeah. What do you think, Sean?
I think quitting is appropriate when you're kind of like out of your element. I feel like I like to relate stuff to like real life stuff that I've seen. So like I've been on teams where like, yo, I look at that guy, I'd be like, he should quit. Like, and it would be everybody's okay with him quitting, and he's okay when they're quitting. Quitting when it's mutual, I think quitting is good when it's mutual. Like, hey, I want to quit. Yeah, you should quit. Quit. Like,
Yeah,
like this is not working out. Like that's a okay quit.
Mm-hmm.
that's okay.
Some
Quit. Yeah, facts.
I think you also gotta
Bankruptcy.
realize bankruptcy. Yes, I'm. That's kind of what I'm about to go into. Like
Oh, for sure.
Quit.
sometimes you gotta realize that you're going the wrong way.
For
Yeah,
real, turn around.
Like turn around. Yes, exactly. Turn around. All right. Imagine
right.
like you driving to Cali, right, or something. You driving somewhere, and you got one your maps isn't working. You could either go left or you could go right. Turns out you decided to turn right. They'll both get you there. They will get you there. You're 4 hours into this on the drive because you decided to turn right. But total the trip should have taken 13 hours. Okay, so it's quicker for you to turn around because if you were to continue going on the one on the right, let's say it would have taken you 15 hours total. But you're not just gonna say, "Well, I already made this decision. Let me just keep going. Let me ride it out." You can't.
I feel like every time I chose to do that in life, it didn't go good.
If you're
Just to ride it out.
if you're going the wrong way and you know you're going the wrong way,
It never go good,
Yeah,
turn around.
bro.
around.
Now, question.
Quit.
'Cause this is like something that's really hard. I feel like people could relate to this. What do you do if you're that person? You the good homie, and you understand the turnaround philosophy, but your homie is low key mad at you, or he don't want to hear it, or you hating, or whatever's whatever. Like, yo, like
Yeah,
I'm
that's some
just
real
like,
shit.
what you do? What you do?
Story of my life.
That's some real shit.
Y'all know me. I've been keeping it real with everybody since day one. Like I don't care if I see you doing
For
like
better or
something.
worse.
Yeah, for better or worse. I've been defriended many times. But if I see you doing something dumb, I'm gonna tell you. Like that's just what it is. But so what happens to me in those situations? Sometimes
Yeah,
people don't want to listen, and that's okay. I
I
have
guess
to
I
be
have a hard time
like
accepting that people don't listen.
yes, yes,
I
yes.
do. I have a hard time with that.
For me, I understand like that I have to let them know, but I also understand that I can't make the decision for them. I can make you aware of it, and by God, it's all on you at that point.
You could let them know, but you gotta let them go sometimes.
You got
So
to.
do you support them during that? Do you still support them? Like, that's my homie. I know he making the wrong moves. I know he doing the wrong thing, but that's my dog. So I'm gonna
Nah, it
ride with him.
depend. It depend, bro.
It
No, no, no.
depends.
I'm
I'm
still gonna
asking.
say I'm still gonna say that's my homie, but
Why
hopefully he
you say
figures it
this?
out.
Why you say this? Why?
I don't know, man. If this, if this dude, if this dude go this way so long, and I'm telling him, hey, 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 eventually I'm gonna be like, hey, hey, and I'm gonna be distant. I'm over here, bruh. You over there, bruh.
Hmm.
It's gonna be so long till we like it's gonna be like, yeah, that's my acquaintance back then.
Right.
We was cool before, but it's like I'm this little voice to him. I'm going this way, he's going that way. It's just natural physics, physiological
Then,
biology.
but here's what happens. Here's what happens. So eventually, that person that you has distanced themselves, right? I feel like eventually they come up, they realize they made a mistake, and then they come back around. Is it the same energy? Is it the same? Like, or is it like, I told you so? I'm over here now. Nigga, I'm not fucking with you. Or is it like
Nah,
what's the mood in?
it's not the same because you came back on a boat. You came back on a boat. You came
Yeah.
back on a Trojan horse. You came back on a Rolls Royce. Come get out
Oof.
of here.
I agree with a lot
Okay.
of what you guys are saying. You got to keep it distant. Like next time, like especially if I see you making the same mistakes. If I see you making the same mistakes, I'm gonna tell you again, but I'm
Same.
gonna just say it a lot quieter.
Right.
And next time, like, it's not that I don't fuck with you, because at the end of the day, you still my dog. You still my
That
dog.
don't make it better. That don't make it better, E Money. That'll
I
make it
know, I
better.
know, I know. I'm gonna hit you with the answer right now. But I've been through a lot of hurt. I have. What I realized that me as a person, I can't. At that point, I have to understand that like my relationship with you as a friend, I can't invest with you heavily anymore. Because if I have higher expectations of you, it's gonna lead to my hurt. That's emotional weight on me at that point.
That's
You
There
know,
you
facts.
go.
That-
Don
Damn.
DeMarco. Big
that's the
We
brain.
choose our friend.
Yeah, I
Like
still want you to
our
eat.
friends are our choice.
Yeah, don't ever get it twisted. I feel you on that. That's how I be feeling too. Like, don't ever get.
Yeah, I don't want. I ain't gonna
I
hate.
ain't hating on no man plate. You know what I'm saying? Get
Get you a
yours.
plate still.
Yeah,
Get yours.
enough of that. Go get.
It's maybe not on my table anymore.
Yeah, nah. You can need another table.
And of course, I think there's always levels to stuff too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's got to be what's said, what happened. Like sometimes if you just gonna go that way and I went this way, like it's whatever. Like you said, like we cool. It is what it is. There's sometimes like if I tell you something, do you tell me something? Some things can't be mended at some time
Right.
all the time. It's just case
Yeah.
by case. I feel like it's never a cut and dry. It's like all me and you, Sean, always talk about the gray area. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of this topic. There's a lot of gray area that
Mm-hmm.
there's no black and white. It's
Nope.
just a lot of things in life. Not black. It's not black. It's not a lot of gray area. But man, yeah. On that note, it's 6:50. We had a good. That was anything else we guys want to get into because we covering a lot right now. We touching on a lot of real shit. A lot of real shit.
It's
Oh, we
real,
ran through topics.
real reminiscent. We used to meet up
Yeah.
at my house when we were
Yes.
15, 16,
Bro,
17.
I always think about that day we was talking to your dad about religion, about a bonfire.
Oh yeah.
That was a deep conversation. I'll be thinking about that. I'll be thinking about reading the Quran every day.
Everything I learned is from that man. Like he always have deep conversations with me, so I carry that with me everywhere I go. That part of like his soul
Shout
is
out to
embedded.
Big OG.
Oh yeah, that part of his soul is embedded with me everywhere. So like it's like my due diligence. I always gotta have those conversations everywhere I go now.
Yeah, I can't
Um,
wait to take over Discord with y'all. I'm loving this. Yeah, this was fun.
oh yeah, and
Fact.
I was just saying like we used to have conversations like this on the reg. 15, 16. We wouldn't sleep. We'd be up till the whole night. Like we legit wouldn't sleep. We wouldn't sleep. We'd make breakfast in the morning, like going crazy, just
Yep.
talking
Yeah.
about stuff, wandering around the streets of Las Vegas, like just
Mhm.
wreaking havoc.
I feel like when you get older, man, sometimes you lose some of that. Like, and I feel like you lose that ambition and that dream, that youthfulness that you had when you were young. Like I could do anything feeling. I feel like
Mhm.
sometimes people get older and you go through life and experiences, and it takes that away. Like
Mm-hmm.
I remember those days. Those were fun, man. We at Dre's how we in there fighting. I can't. We got some of these crazy stories.
The
Some
purpose kick. Oh Lord. Hey, shout out
purpose kick,
Plunksy.
yeah.
Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're liking the content. Thank you.
Yo,
Shout out to
Yeah,
everybody
big
else in
love,
chat
big
as
love.
well.
purpose
I
kick.
guess
Facts.
I guess we'll talk about some stuff in the future. I'll give Sean an opportunity to plug yourself. If you got any socials that you want people to follow you on, or any
Oh, good
upcoming
looks, good
projects,
looks.
please go ahead and do that.
Yes, most gracious. It's Sean at Sean24K, SEAN, which is the Irish form of spelling of that name, the proper spelling. SEAN24K, and I'm just really working diligently on that crash course tape right now, trying to get that
Yes,
mixed up,
sir.
and
Yes.
we got that coming really soon. So we're getting a lot of love. But other than that, I just been planning all my next move for 2021. So that's what all it really is. Yeah, you could just follow me on Sean24K, and you'll be up to date on everything we got coming. So it's lit.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Crash my tape, man. We gotta do something big
Yeah.
for that drop that's coming out. What do
Mhm.
January? We looking at next
Oh
month?
yeah. Yeah, a little something
Right.
like that. A little beginning of January.
Yeah, it's about to.
Mhm.
And so I know a lot of you guys already heard "Fight" and "Habits," and I heard a lot of positive feedback. So if you
That
like those, you're
yeah.
gonna love the rest of the tape.
I want to shout out all the fans of this show because I know it's been coming on here. I got to see it the last few episodes, see the video up on here. That's been amazing for me. So I want to I appreciate the love and the feedback. I was directing during that them videos, so like like the fight choreography, I did that, had to conjure that up and put that into motion. And it's like my little baby. So I appreciate y'all, taking the time to go look at that.
Yep. We'll play it again today. I haven't played in the last couple of weeks here on stream, so
Yeah, that's good.
on the show anyway. So I'll play it at the end.
Mhm.
As far
Yeah.
as me and Big Rocka, we still working on things all the time. Putting that Instagram out, putting that Twitter out. We're still pending on the Spotify podcast, and
Mhm.
as you can see, we're just working on things. We appreciate y'all if y'all tuned in. Like I said, we're here every Friday,
Yeah,
6
Mhm.
p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let us know if you'd like having Sean as a guest. We'll probably bring him back on. But if y'all say y'all hated him, we'll probably have to keep him
Come on,
out
come on.
there.
Vote for me, vote for me. I feel like one of them old MTV shows. Vote for me, hey.
Yeah, you know what it is. But I think this is a real good episode. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I didn't even know
I
it was
know we
over. I
said
was like, dang.
It goes by
it flew by.
quick.
It flies by. It flies by for real. You think an hour, like, oh well, what am I gonna talk about in an hour? We flies by. Dude, that's just good conversation. It's
See,
natural, We don't have no script
yeah,
doing this.
now we need an after party.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Well, you gonna be
So
on stream tonight?
let's do our little sign off here, and then we could talk about some extra stuff afterwards. So again, like I said, we appreciate y'all being here in the show. This is Wrong Time, Right Place. I think it's episode 9. Who knows? But we had a featured guest, Sean24K.
Episode
Appreciate
9.
y'all
Shout
out
out to
here.
Breeze.
You can find all of our content on YouTube, Spotify coming soon, Apple Podcasts coming soon. Make sure you follow our Discord if you want to get in the conversations. We're going to do some cool events coming up, like video reactions, things like that. So please go ahead, hit that up. And anything else you guys want to add, feel free.
Yeah, I just want to say one. I'm Big Rocka, E Money, Sean 24K. Appreciate that. God bless. He's a good show, fellas. Just like if you also, I know me and Idris have talked about doing some reaction videos together. So if you guys want to see some of that during the week in regards to the podcast, let us know. Shout out to Sponge Kobe with the dub. And just want to say
Mhm.
thank you guys for being so supportive. It's been a true blessing, and I appreciate and love all of you.
Yep. Be kind. Be kind to
Yep.
yourself.
Last words. This is after the show, because we just did our 24-hour charity stream. I did my 24-hour charity stream a couple days ago. I did see a big a Rock Note sighting in here, so appreciate Rock Note for coming through. I don't think he's in here anymore, but appreciate that, man. If y'all don't know, Rock Note randomly just met us one day and donated 1,000 for Make-A-Wish Foundation for the kids. So shout out to Rock Note. Appreciate everybody else who came through. The support was unreal. Literally, I saw people checking in multiple times throughout the day. Where my original goal of 1,000, we were able to shatter and raise $2,000 total, over $2,000 to actually push me into that number one spot for money raised by stream in the year of 2020 for Make-A-Wish Foundation. So thank you guys so much.
You were the number one spot.
Number one spot for 2020 for Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Man,
That's
make a
insane.
wish foundation on the phone, man. We
Yo,
need
get him on the
Insane.
phone.
I'm
right
expecting
now.
a call. Like, thank you.
We need a plaque. We need a plaque.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hey, that's amazing, bro. For real, that's true. That's truly incredible.
Oh, super sick.
That's such a blessing.
Oh, yeah.